Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a sealed little organ, tucked behind the bladder, like a secret room in an old house. Now open them. The room has windows into nerves, blood flow, and stories that travel from temples in ancient cities to fMRI scanners in modern labs. This is not a ghost story. It is the prostate, mysterious, understudied, and full of clinical and cultural legend that make any curious scientist perk up. Picture a young researcher pushing a cart into a dusty library based on the cart.
Journals, ink-stained notes,
A single brass key of curiosity. She finds a leather-bound manuscript that calls the prostate the hidden heart. The manuscript tells of healers who believed this gland held a channel to deep well-being. A smoky urban legend slips between the pages. Sailors claimed a small massage could calm a feverish monk. The claim sounds like folklore, but the researcher smiles because folklore and hypothesis often walk hand in hand. She moves from myth to map. Here are the facts that make the heart of the matter beat. The prostate sits at the crossroads of pelvic nerves, blood vessels, and the urethra. It is richly innervated by pelvic splanchnic nerves and the cavernous nerves that also talk to sexual response centers higher up in the spinal cord and brain. Modern imaging sometimes shows activation in the insula and anterior cingulate, brain regions linked to deep internal sensations and emotional mood. That neural dialogue helps explain why sensations referred from the prostate can feel different from surface. Now imagine the lab, dim light, a circle of colleagues, a consent form on the tape. Ethics are the first rule. Any study must center informed consent, clear protocols, and safety. The researcher designs careful experiments, sensory mapping, validated questionnaires, objective measures like heart rate and feedback, high-resolution ultrasound, always prioritizing privacy and medical oversight. The goal is not to tittle it, but to understand what is the prostate's role in pleasure, pain, and health. How does it change with age, hormones, or pelvic surgery? Which neural circuits light up in comfort versus discomfort? And to the urban myth again, wearing a different hat, the tale of the pearl of calm. A folkloric bead said to balance the gland and the mind. The researcher laughs, then tests the metaphor scientifically. Placebo-controlled trials, standardized measures of anxiety and pelvic floor tone. Sometimes the old stories point toward real psychosomatic bridges. Belief, ritual, touch, and the nervous system interact in measurable ways. Clinical practice adds another layer. Prostatitis, benign prostatic hyperplasia, prostate cancer. These conditions alter anatomy and sensation. Some treatment modalities touch the gland indirectly. Urologists emphasize hygiene, sterile technique, and clear patient counseling. Any intervention must be framed by safety and evidence, not rumor or sensation seeking. Back in the narrative, our researcher writes a paper that weaves history, neuroanatomy, imaging, and ethical clinical trials. She invites interdisciplinary teams, neuroscientists, urologists, physiotherapists, and anthropologists. They study not only mechanics, but meaning how culture, stigma, and story shape experience. So here is the lasting image, an old house repurposed into a research center. The sealed room now welcomes rigorous, respectful inquiry. The myths remain as colorful footnotes that sparked question. The science offers tools and limits. For any adult scholar intrigued by the prostate's secrets, the path forward is clear. Explore with curiosity, design with ethics, measure with precision, and always keep the human experience at the center. The Hidden Hearth has become an open invitation to learn responsibly and respectfully.